दार्विक गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद अच्युत अच्युत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद अच्युत अच्युत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद अच्युत अच्युत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत साई महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद अच्युत अच्युत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद अच्युत अच्युत शिशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु महाभगवत श्रील गोरक्षदास Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Wait, let me just back up a bit because I was distracted. I just want to focus when I do that. Namam Vishnupada Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupada Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupada Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Srila Gaurkishore Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtara Shutta Shishimad Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Jai Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosai Maharaj ki jai. All the associates of Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Shri Rupsan, Jai Srila Baladev Vijbhushan Prabhu ki jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Gosai Par ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Shrada Gosai Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abrishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Let me look at the calendar really quickly, just to make sure. Today, anything? Okay. Today is, oh, nothing. Okay, sorry. Jai Shri, all the kirtans of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. His Śaraṇāgati ki jai. Jai Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Okay, we'll do the Mangalacharan and then begin. 1 second. Let me just open it up. There it is. Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Tividito Kodiya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Varati Mingilo Daragatan Udhritya Jiva Niman Krishna Prema Sutabdi Kahana Sukham Pradat Prabhum Tam Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodam Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajam Radharasa Sudha Nidhim Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vrishabhanusutanvitavamatanum Yamuna Tatanagaranandasutam Murali Kalagita Vinoraparam Bhaja Godruma Kanana Kunjavidum Smara Gaura Gadadara Kelikalam Bhava Gaura Gadadhara Pakshachara Shrinu Gaura Gadadhara Charukatam Bhaja Godruma Kanana Kunjavidum Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vikyaya Devi Tvam Nayamam Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparadalakshay Kshiptascha Kamaditarangamadhe Kripa Maitam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams. Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Deepika Gupta Didi, Chatamai Mataji, Vidya Lalasa Didi, Damayanti Didi, and I see there are 8 people. Wow, there's more than usual. 9 people now. Wow. I didn't open up Restream for a little while, so if you wrote a comment I'm missing it, then just write another comment and I'll see who you are. Yeah, because I don't actually see who's joining the program. I only see the names of people who write comments. So if you write a comment, then I'll know who you are. But pranams to all of you, all 9 of you watching right now on YouTube and Facebook. Also pranams, Sarveshwari Mataji, Haribol. And also pranams to all the devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Indira Mataji, actually Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji, they're probably watching right now. I already said Jayadev Prabhu, Krishna Vallabha Didi, Ananda Pradayini Didi, Anuradha Mataji, and everybody else. Vrinda Didi, of course. how can I forget Vrindadidi? Haribol. So, yeah, today we begin day 2 of our Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā program. Yesterday, many devotees sent me many devotees filled in the form. If you don't know about it, you can go to my website, vineofdevotion.com, and the last post I made there, I think it says Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā week 1, Śaraṇāgati. And if you click on that link, you'll see there is you'll find a link in there for a form. In the form, I gave all the songs of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's Śaraṇāgati. It's 32 songs with a 1-sentence summary of each song, and also the 27 songs or something like that, 28 songs of Yamuna Bhavavali, which is Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs based on Yamunacharya's Stotraratna, which are all filled with this mood of Śaraṇāgati as well. My Param Gurudev, he published those 2 things as one book. And so I gave it, there's a summary for each one of those songs as well. And so yesterday, many devotees went through and they selected 4 songs. Well, they're supposed to select 4 songs. Many people selected a lot more. But yeah, you're supposed to select 1 to 4 songs from that list. And I sent them all late last night. It took a very long time. It took me a few hours to do. Yeah, very long time. But I'm happy I did it because now everybody has their group of songs. But if you want your selection of 4 songs, if you want to select 4 songs and I'll send it to your email, then please check that out. Please fill out that form. And those 4 songs will be the songs that you focus on during this week. And actually, I recommend that you choose, out of the 4 songs, you choose just one song to focus on every day, just to make it more manageable. And because this, usually this is what happens, is in the beginning, there's initial enthusiasm and you're excited, and maybe in the beginning, first few days, you'll go through all 4 songs every day and you'll get really into it, but then this usually always happens is that our initial enthusiasm starts to wane, and then, or something happens, like some big urgent thing comes up and then you don't get time to do it, and then you'll lose your momentum. So I think it's good just to start small and gradually increase like that. And that is the purpose of this Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā program, is the outcome that I'm hoping we'll all get from this is that I'm just trying to think, there's a few different things, but really, I'm not sure. I'm just going to mention different things. I'm not sure. But really, we want the songs of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura to become very dear to us. That we look at Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs in a much more personal way. Because something I was thinking about yesterday is that Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs, they come to us wherever we're at. It's not like we approach the songs and then we use them, but they're transcendental. They're Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura himself, really. The pure devotee is not, they're in their words. All of his mercy is in his words. Connection with him is within his words. And his words are a very tangible way to connect with him, like a very direct way. And wherever we are, whatever position we're in, even if we're in the most degraded, deplorable, we're in the gutter, we're in those songs will come to us. They'll descend and come and meet us wherever we are, wherever we're at. And and every quality that we want to develop as a devotee. Everything lacking on us, every part that we're struggling with, the songs can give us that. If we're dealing with like we're excessively proud, or we're not honest, or we're whatever issue that you're dealing with, whatever addiction that you're dealing with, any anartha, or any beautiful quality of a Vaishnava that you want to develop, all of those songs give all of that directly. All the words in those songs, those words can shape us. They have power to transform us. Like all those moods that Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura is expressing, all those feelings. Every song has the benediction of all those moods. Like they can, and so Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs are so powerful, and we're so lucky. We're so lucky to have them. So sorry, I don't know what's happening. But yeah, but with this program, I think it's really helpful to make a system. Where's my notebook? Okay. So just to sorry guys, I'm also yesterday I mentioned that I was going to spend time preparing so that today would be a more polished session, and but that song selection thing took a really long time, and so I never got time to actually prepare. And I'm actually not gonna apologize anymore for not preparing, because otherwise I'll just be apologizing probably every day. So maybe some days will be polished, other days will just be a bit rough. But yeah, that's actually the reason why I thought to do this program, was because we're doing this Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā, we're doing this Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura retreat in Godruma, and I'm going to have a class to go through Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs. I have 5 days, and I just, knowing myself, I will probably never get around to setting it up, and so to preparing anything. And so then I thought, well, if I do an online program every day, that will force me to prepare something. And even if my preparation is only in this hour that we spend every day, if I don't prepare outside of it, at least I'll have, So that's actually the. But yeah, so now you all have your 4 songs, and if you don't, you can fill out that form and give them to me. I'll send them to you today. And then I think it's really helpful. There are 3 things that I think are really helpful for being able to make this an actual habit that will be able to stick with you every single day of 2026. Or actually, sometimes it's not good to make year goals, because that's a bit overwhelming. And so good to just do a month at a time. Or actually something I really like to do, which I haven't been doing for a while, but when I was doing it, it was really helpful. I should probably start it up again, is from Akadashi to Akadashi. Make a goal from this Akadashi to the next Akadashi. I'm going to sing 1 kirtan of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's every single day, like that. Or you can make some kind of thing like that. But then it's really good to have a way to track it. And last night, this is my this is my journal. I haven't completed filling it out yet, but this is my notebook, and this is the month of January, and all the titis in this month. There's a lot of titis. Look at that. It's like almost every day of the month is some special titi this time. And so I have, and then I have the weeks of the Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā program. It restarts every Thursday, so I have the weeks separated here. Week 1, week 2. You can see the line there. Sorry, it's not so clear. Like that. And then, right here on the side, I have, when I go through my songs of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, then I just check it off here. So then I can make sure that every single day I am checking off. And I'm not missing a day. And then you get to see the progress of all the X's. And I just find it really satisfying to be able to check it off. Then you'll see it fill up. And then after a while, after a long time, then it will become a habit, and then you don't even need to check off anymore, and it'll become like a dependable habit. You don't need to worry about keeping track of it anymore. But until it is a habit, I always find that very helpful. And we have a WhatsApp group, so that if you want, you can take a screenshot, like you could just take a photo and send it in our group, so that people can see your progress, and then we get that accountability, because I find that really helpful. And also another important thing is to find some time to do it. I mentioned yesterday, like when you're doing other things, sometimes you can just go through Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs, and that's really good. But sometimes I find it's difficult to do that. Like yesterday, I wanted to sing Prabhupada Padmastavaka, and I tried starting it like 5 or 6 times, and I would do like the first 2 verses, and then my mind would get distracted thinking about something. I was like, oh my God, I forgot. Wait, where was I? And then I just dropped it. And that happened like 6 times. And then I went to Śrīla Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's Samadhi, and I sat in front of him, and then I sang it out loud, and then, of course, I was able to focus my mind on it the whole time. So, and there is actually something really special about if you like make it like like if you had a picture of your Gurudev there, and you have a picture of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura there, and then you sit in front of them and you recite it seriously, it is a lot more powerful to do it like that. If you don't have time to do it, to do that, then you can, recite it while you're doing other things or whatever. But it is really powerful to just sit in front of them. And one thing we can remember is that these songs are the life and soul of our acharyas. We see how Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, how he would record these songs for Westerners that didn't know any Bengali, they didn't know anything, but still he spent so much energy every day, or not every day, sorry, but he spent so much energy to record all these kirtans. And he would do everything himself. He would do like multi-tracking, so he would like, I just heard this yesterday, Kishore Mohan Prabhu I think was mentioning this, that he would play the kartals and record it. And then again he would go over it and play mridanga with the kartals, and then he'd again go over it, and I mean I'm not sure which order he'd do it, and then he would sing the song. And so he was playing all the instruments, he was singing everything, and he was putting so much effort into giving us these songs of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, of Śrīla Narottam Das Thakur. And why was he doing that for a Western audience who didn't know any Bengali or it's because these songs were his life and soul. They were the most dear thing to him, and he wanted to give us that. And we can get so much benefit from them. And all of our acharyas, this is their life and soul. If you look at the book of letters of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, you'll see it's a thick book and many letters, and all throughout all of the letters, he's constantly quoting Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's just random verses of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura all over the place. It was actually, when I was working on it, it was a difficult thing. I had to find the reference for all these obscure verses from Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs. And you can see that was his complete absorption. And so, yeah, that's what I'm hoping also out of this program, that we will see that these songs of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, they're not just songs that you're meant to sing. They're not meant for singers. Actually, our Srila Gurudev, we're including this in the Gaudiya Giti Gucha, he talks about how this type of kirtan, of these powerful songs, are not meant for just expert musicians who are just into music and who are, just want everything to sound really nice, but they don't want to go deep into the mood, but the kirtan is covered by the musicality of it. These songs are not for them. These songs are for people who wants to humbly approach them and get the mercy of our Guru Varga, and to make these prayers who want these songs to change them, to use them. Well, I'm not. That's not exactly. Anyways, whatever. Sorry. And another thing, I was just remembering when I was in Keshavji Gaudiya Math in Mathura, I remember when my Gurudev would come back from his world tour, whenever he'd come to Mathura, lots of times the young ladies of Mathura, There's Yashoda Didi and all her friends. He would come and then they would recite an ashtakam for him, like some new ashtakam that they had memorized. And they'd just stand there and he'd be walking and then they would all be there and they'd start reciting it and he'd just stand there and, smiling, and he was so happy with them for memorizing, going deep into these ashtakams, stotrams, and all these songs. And so one thing we can remember if we are reciting these in front of a picture of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, in front of especially Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, our Guru Varga, our Gurudev, like that, when we sit there and we go through the songs, there's without a doubt, we can know that they are very happy with us for making this endeavor. And especially the more you go and enter into the song, the more you go deep into it, you try to, and you start to memorize it. That's also really nice when you have a new song in your memory, and then that's like an offering. You can say, look, I memorized this song, and you go in front of them and you can recite the song in front of them, and they'll be so happy with us. And we see during Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's time, I have to find the things about how popular it was. This Śaraṇāgati book was so popular. Everybody had it. It was, we read a little bit from our Param Gurudev, but there's some more things also talking about how popular it was. It was like one of the most popular books, actually, like from our Gaudiya line, from our Gaudiya Saraswat line. That was like the most popular book that was going out everywhere. And so could you imagine how happy they would be because now, Śaraṇāgati is available, but it's not popular like it used to be. Could you imagine how happy they would be if now everybody's starting to appreciate it again and it's starting to become popular again? So, yeah. And so just that idea of thinking that once I have the song, then I have an offering to give to them. And it could even be like on Śrīla Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's disappearance day is coming up, then I can have this song to offer him on that day to show that, I've been trying to enter into these teachings that he so wants us to go deep into. And so then we have something that we can prepare ourselves to offer to him on his Vyasa Puja day or on his disappearance day or any like that. That's just an idea I had. So because that's a mood that we want to approach these songs in, that we want to please them, that we want to do it for their pleasure. And because the whole reason we're singing these songs is that we want Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur's mercy so that his words will have an effect on us. And if he is pleased with us, he sees that we're sincerely approaching the songs in a humble way with sincerity and with eagerness and like that, then the songs will be able to reveal themselves. The songs will be able to give us mercy and change us. And so that's the all-important thing, is that we're doing it for their pleasure and wanting their mercy. And then there'll be a lot of power in the songs. And they'll just have more and more power over us. One thing I was just thinking about right when I was in the bathroom just now also was something I think is really helpful is to find, if we aren't able to make time or we're not able to get into going through the songs or make time for it, it might be helpful to get a notebook and then just make a list of all the things that you can think of that are blocking you from approaching the song, or like from taking the song seriously, or like what's the block. And for me, my major block, you've probably heard, I think I mentioned this yesterday even, my major block was YouTube. I got so obsessed with YouTube. I was addicted, like really badly addicted, and it was for a long time. It was for years actually, and I just, it's just YouTube. It's not like drugs or anything, but actually it's very harmful. And I was getting so frustrated with myself because my addiction was so bad. And I would set up things to limit my use. Like I had these internet blockers so that from this time to this time, I couldn't look at YouTube videos and stuff like that. But still, whenever the time would go off, it was like a reflex. Like I would just, even after a program, I had like half an hour of internet time before and so like I would read this like really inspiring thing, and then immediately I just type in youtube.com, and then all of a sudden my consciousness would just like go straight into the gutter again. It's like a really bad addiction. And when we read that article Sadhan a few days ago, I'm not sure if when I was reading it, I was getting a bit emotional, and the whole reason is like I felt like an alcoholic, and I was starting, like, when I was reading that article, I was realizing how harmful it's been. Like, it's actually been throwing everything away just because of some stupid YouTube videos that I'm subscribed to. And then after we read that article, I went through and I went to every YouTube thing that I was following, and then I unsubscribed, and it felt so like liberating. Like, you don't have power over me anymore. I'm not following you. All these things that I've been following for years and years and years, I was just unsubscribing from them. And then I found this thing that completely blocks your YouTube feed. So now I do still, actually, because I'm like an alcoholic with YouTube, I still have that reflex where I just type in youtube.com and I go there, and I have this like Chrome extension that blocks that just shows a blank page when I go to YouTube. And so I can still use YouTube, but there's nothing there. There's no recommendations. It's just a blank screen and a search thing. And now for a few days, I've not used YouTube, and it makes such a huge difference, like such a massive difference. It's wild. Because before that's what would happen, is when I chant, just YouTube things would come in my head, but now I'm actually able to focus on these kirtans of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura so much more. It's like a world of difference. It's like, it's amazing how, like, what a big deal it was. And so that's why I'm mentioning this, that was my huge block to approaching Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs, was YouTube. But if you might have some other thing, or and so just making it really clear, when you have it on paper, it makes it more real, and then like, okay, this is something I need to work on. And that article Sadhan that we read, that was what inspired me. That was like what really pushed me, like, to make the big leap of like just going cold turkey on YouTube. So yeah, I recommend reading that article if you want some inspiration. Yeah, okay. So, is there any other points that I wanted to mention? Anyhow, okay. So now maybe let's look through some of the songs in Śaraṇāgati. And Haribol Champak Mataji. Oh, and Sarveshwari Mataji saying, I cannot find the form with the list of songs by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. Okay, I'll just show you right now. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen. Oh, sorry, and I didn't see all the devotees here. Let's see who's here. Dandavat Pranams, Vidya Lalasa Didi, Damayanti Didi, Raseshwari Mataji. I already said Indira Mataji. Kishori Mohan Prabhu, Haribo, Radhe Radhe. Oh, Sarveshwari is on YouTube and Zoom. And Gandharvika Didi and everybody else. Yes, thank you for the encouragement, Vidyalala Siddhi. Yeah, for me, it was a really big step. Even though it doesn't sound like a big thing, for me it was a huge thing, because I was so addicted to it. Okay, so Sarveshwari Mataji, if you just go to vineofdevotion.com and you see this post right here, Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā Week 1 Śaraṇāgati, click there and you scroll down and you'll find, click here to select your Week 1 songs. So if you click there, then you'll see this list. You just put in your name, email, your location, and then you go next, and then you'll see a big list of songs with summaries of each song. And yeah, so that's how you get it. All right, so let's go through some songs of Śaraṇāgati. And one thing with these songs, when you go through it, I mentioned this yesterday also, but every time you go through it, the more time you spend with it, the more deep you'll be able to go into it. The more the meanings of the songs, like more meanings and more prayers related to the prayers of the verses will come to you. And it's something that, each song is like something that will develop for you. And so if I just explain the song, any of these songs, if I just go through it one time, I'll just go through it in a very shallow way, and I'll just explain the meaning of all the words and like that. But then if I keep on spending time going over it again, and then I spend more time and I go, then I'll be able to explain it in a lot more of a deep way, that like all these other connections in the song and all these other things will come, and then it becomes like a whole just one song in itself becomes like a whole process, like a whole, I don't know, there's so much. They're like seeds, and if you just water the seed, then the seed will grow and develop into something really beautiful, and it's so, yeah. But you have to keep on spending time with it, and the more you spend time with the song, then every word of the song become really dear to you. Like you'll have love for each word of the song, and you'll have a relationship with it, and it will feel like a close friend, and the song will be able to, they're such a treasure, really. And they're just freely available to us. One really helpful thing is to understand the meaning of the words that in a song. So that makes a big difference, actually, when you know what you're saying. And so one tip, let's just try this right now. I wasn't actually planning on doing this, but I just want to show you. You can use these tools. One second, one second. Okay, so everybody will have their song that I sent to them in their email. And so you can just copy one of those songs and then go to whatever thing you use. Whatever. So with AI, many of you might be not into this, and so that's totally fine. I'm just, yeah, whatever. I'm totally fine if you just ignore what I'm saying right now. But these tools, these AI tools, they can either be really helpful or they can be really destructive. And I think they're a lot more destructive than they are helpful for people. But you can make good use out of it. So something I think is good is like if you could just write it, say, I want to learn the meaning of the words of this song by, I don't know, just write a prompt like that, by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. Yeah, just write something like that. Actually, I could make an even better prompt that would really make it help. Like, I'll do that later. And then you could just paste in the prompt that I make. And then just paste in the song. And yeah, so I'll make a longer prompt, which is like more specific and like that. And then you just paste in the song. And then it will give you the meaning of all the words. Let's see what it did. I just typed in a very simple prompt. But it's, just wait a second. Oh, I have it on Pro, so it's like thinking about it deeply, so that's why it's taking a long time. But and then you have something, it's even more powerful than a word for word. Because, okay, here's a word for word breakdown. Amar Jivan means my life. Sada means always, perpetually. Pape, in sin. Rata, engaged, attached, addicted. Nahiko, there is not. Punyar, of piety, merit. Lesh, a trace of a fraction. And I think something that would be helpful is like, I'll make a prompt where it gives you the meaning of all the words and then the meaning of the phrases. So then you can see the meaning of all the words and then you can see the meaning of the phrase. And then over time you can, okay, Amar Jivan. And then just spend time with it. Amar Jivan. And when you go through the words, don't try to like really feel the word. Like think Amar, my, Jivan, my life. Amar Jivan, Amar Jivan. The more emotional or like the more feeling you, I don't know what you say, but like the more you can feel the words, the more they will stick, rather than just, yeah. And if you can like associate an image with the words and a feeling with the words, then they stick a lot better. And yeah, I think these AI tools are very helpful for learning things. If you have it, instead of you getting it to do just work for you, you have it make you work. Then it can be really helpful, like a teacher almost. You just keep on asking it questions and have it make you work harder to think. Yeah, don't get it to think for you, get it to make you think. That's what I think is a good use of these tools. All right, so let's go through. I'm just going to go through random songs. I don't have, and if there's any songs you want me to go through, then let me know. But this one, Prabhu He, Tua Pade E Minati Mor. How much time do we have? 10 minutes left. Okay. Maybe I'll sing the song and then I'll go through the meaning of the words. O Prabhu He, Tua Pade E Minati Mor. So, O Prabhu, Prabhu He, Tua Pade, at your feet, E Minati Mor. This is my Minati. Minati means supplication. Mor means my, and Minati means supplication. Tua Pade. So I'm offering this supplication at your feet. Tua pada pallava tyajatu marumana. And lots of times you can just figure out the meaning of the Bengali words. We made these translations very simple so that it like almost matches the Bengali. Actually, this song isn't even Bengali. I don't even know what language this song is in. But so Tua means your, right? We saw it here. Tua Pade, your feet. So Tua Pada Pallava. So let's see again. Where does it say? We know the word Pada means feet, right? Tua Pade means your feet, and Tua Pada again, your feet. So there it says your feet. And then leaves of your feet. Okay, so that must be, leaves must be what pallava means. So tua pada pallava. So the leaves, the tender leaves of your feet. Tyajatu maruman. Tyajata means I've rejected. Maruman. Mana means minds, or it can mean heart. Mana also means heart. So maru mana. Maru means, let's see, what does maru mean? Okay, so we know mana means heart or mind, and then the word before it, maru, must mean desert. And sometimes just that process of trying to figure out, actually that might be better if you, before doing, like putting something into like ChatGPT or Gemini or one of these things, is first try to figure out the meaning of the words on your own. It can be like a game, like you're like a detective trying to figure out what are the meaning of these words. You can try it with the and then you put it into one of these things. I think that's actually a better way of doing it, and because then you're building interest. You're curious about what this word means, and then it will answer your questions. You'll see how much you're able to figure out on your own. So my desert-like heart rejected the tender leaves of your feet. And just spend time with that. Okay, you can spend a long time with that, and then just keep on going over these words in your head. Tua pada pallava, tyajatu marumana. Tua pada pallava, tyajatu marumana. The desert of my heart, marumana, tyajatu, rejected. Tua pada pallava, the tender leaves of your feet. And just spend enough time with it. Try to think of Krishna's feet and how they're so soft and tender, like new leaves. And then think of your heart, which is desert. Like the more imagery you put in it, and the more feeling you put in it, then it will start to stick more and more. And then Vishama Vishaye Bhelo Bhor. Why did my desert-like heart reject your soft, tender feet? Because it was excessive. It was consumed bore. It was consumed by this excessive indulgence in worldly pleasures, in this visham vishaye. Visham is like excessive, vishaye. And then, okay, so let's just sing this through. I was just trying to show you, and it's nice to not be in a rush with the songs. What I like to do, and I'm not sure if this is what, this is just my personal thing, so I'm not saying you should do this, but I like, before I chant Harinam, I don't always do this, but whenever I do it, it's really powerful. Before I chant Harinam, I try to go through one of these songs, and then these songs set me up for chanting Harinam, because as we know, Harinam is vocative. We're saying, oh Krishna, but if you're calling out to Krishna, you should have a prayer, and these songs are the perfect prayer to have, to set our minds for how do we pray when we chant. And then while I'm chanting, I also just like to go through the words in my head of the song, Tyajatu Marumana, Tua Padapallava, Tyajatu Marumana, Vishaya Vishama Bhelo Bor, and just go through the meaning like that. And you can spend a long time on the meaning of the words, and then after a while, then you're able to get, the song will stick in your head, and then you have that song with you everywhere. You, in any moment, you can just call upon that song and it will come to your head, and you can go through the meaning, and so then you have that. And then the more you have in your head all these different prayers and songs, then in any situation, you can just go into this like whole deep world of like Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's prayers. You don't need to depend on any book or anything. And this is a really important point, is if you don't practice recalling the songs and going through them in your head, and you only read them, then you'll never memorize them. You'll never be able to keep them in your head. There's a big difference between recalling things and reading things. You could read a song 1,000 times and not be able to memorize one verse. So the only way you can recall something to your mind is by practicing recalling it. That's it. If you just read the song over and over again, all you're doing is practicing reading. But we all know how to read. We don't need to practice reading. We need to practice recalling. And that was something when I was in Keshaji Godruma. This made a huge, this was had a huge impact on my life, actually. It was in Keshaji Godruma in Mathura. I would do morning bhajans with Sheshai Prabhu every day. Sheshai Prabhu, he's a disciple of Param Gurudev. He put on saffron cloth on the day Śrīla Prabhupada took sannyas in Keshaji Godruma. And he would sing all the morning kirtans, and sometimes in the evening kirtans he'd sing Mangalarati. He was like the main kirtaniya there. And when it was my turn to sing a song, if I didn't have it memorized, he would chastise me. He'd say, "You don't know this song yet by heart?" And so he really pushed me to start trying to sing songs without looking at the book. And that practice made all the difference for me. And so then I would try to practice a song because I knew I was going to have to sing it without looking. And then also when I'd mess up, that was the most helpful thing. It's actually a good thing when you mess up, because then when you go to look at you, there's interest to see what's the next word again. And then when there's that interest and there's that, then the word sticks. Then those words stick all the better. Usually I wouldn't mess up on the same part twice. And so. Yeah, but it's good to exercise your brain. And just even for health. I know Vaijanti Mala Mataji. She would exercise her brain. She tries to memorize shlokas, even though she's much older, and it's very hard for her to. But it's like with exercise also. When you get older, you need to do some exercise. Otherwise, if you don't walk or anything like that, then you'll just stop being able to walk. And it's the same thing with your brain. As you get older, your memory will start becoming less and less, and so you want to keep your brain healthy and active. And another benefit from going through the songs in your mind and trying to memorize them is that it's very helpful for clearing your head and focusing your mind and making, like, calming your mind and making it able to just focus, not jump from this thing to that thing to that thing to that thing. And it's like, like people do meditation like that, and there's so much benefit in like that. But this is, I think, even more powerful than meditation. Going through Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura songs in your head. All right. Sorry, I'm talking so much, and we only have a couple minutes. So let's just go through this song, and then we'll end. Okay, so. Okay, O Master, this is my supplication at your feet. My desert-like heart rejected the tender leaves of your feet, having been consumed by excessive indulgence in worldly pleasures. Utthaite thākata puna nahi milai Anudin korohu tasha. I do not find the strength to rise again. Each passing day brings only despair. Dina jana nata tuhu kohawasi Tohari charana mama asha. Tohari charana mama asha. Each passing day brings only despair. I don't find the strength to rise again. It is said that you are the refuge of the destitute. Thus, all my hopes rest solely at your feet. Aichana dina jan kahi nahi milai tuhu more koro parasada. Nowhere will you encounter anyone as pitiful as me. Please show me your grace. Tua jana sange Tua katharange O tua jana sange Tua katharange Charahu sakala paramada Charahu sakala paramada. Please show me your grace in the company of your devotees. Immersed in the joy of Harikatha, I may relinquish my faults. There's so much in these words. This is our yearning. I want to be in the company of your devotees, but not do I just want to be in their company. I want to be immersed in the joy of Harikatha. Katha range, of their Harikatha. I want to be completely immersed in their Harikatha, because that's the most intimate association we can have with a pure devotee is through their Harikatha. It's not by doing any personal service, by massaging their feet, by, that's all very nice. And we want to do that. But the most intimate, deep association with them is through their Harikatha. So he's praying, you won't find anyone as pitiful as me. Please show me your grace in the company of your devotees, immersed in the joy of their Harikatha. Then I may relinquish all my faults. Tuadam. Sorry, my throat's not so good right now. Tuadama mahe, tuanama gautam. Go out, Buddhiva, Nishiyasha. Tua pada chaya, O Paramashushitala. O tua pada chaya, Paramashushitala. Mage Bhaktivinoda Dasa. O Mage Bhaktivinoda Dasa. Mag Goao Bundiva Nishi So Tua Dhamma Mahe. Mahe means Majhe. So Majhe means within Tua Dham, within your Dham, within your holy abode, within Sri Vrindavan Dham, within Govardhan, within Radha Kund Shamakund, or within Navadvip Dham, within your Dham. Tua Nama Gaoto. I will chant your names. Because that's an essential thing, is to, when we chant the names, we have to be present within the Dham. If we can't be present in the Dham physically, then we should be present within the Dham mentally. We should be present within the Dham. That's why it's so very helpful to sit in front of Tulsi Devi when we chant. Tulsi Devi is the residence of Krishna as well, right? And so, within your Dham, but of course we always want to be physically within the Dham. It's not that we should always have that aspiration. I want to be within Navadvip. I want to be there at Radha Kund, Shamakund. So then I'll chant your names. Go Aumbu Diva Nishi Ash. My ash, my desire is that my diva, my days, and my nishi, and my nights, Goambu, will pass in this way. In your Dham, chanting your names. And also, in the company of your devotees, immersed in the joy of their Harikatha, relinquishing my faults. In your Dham, chanting your names. I want to pass my days and nights like this. Tua Pada Chaya. Parama Shushitala. Your, Tua means your, right? Pada Chaya means shade. Chaya means shade of your pada, of your feet. So the shade of your feet. Parama Shushitala. They are supremely cooling, soothing, also soothing. So any struggles that I'm going with, any difficulty that I'm going with, your feet will remove all that suffering, all that, and I'll feel supreme soothing. This supreme soothing shade of your feet, Mage. Mage means begs. This Bhaktivinoda Das, this servant Bhaktivinoda, he begs for your Tua Pada Chaya, for the shade of your feet, which are supremely soothing. And that's just one song of the Śaraṇāgati, and every song of the Śaraṇāgati is like this. There's so much to, yeah. So that's our program for today. Where it's now been an hour. So I'll just do a quick Mahamantra and we'll end for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharva BGD Shri Radha Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju ki Jai. Jai Shri Radha Madhav Ju ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Gadadhar ki Jai. Jai Shri Guru Dev ki Jai. Jai Shri. I'll do full Jai Dvani, why not? Nityalala Pravishtam Vishvachila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishvachila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishvachila Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityal Pravishram Vishnupad Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityal Pravishram Vishnupad Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. All of his associates ki jai, and all the disciples and followers of those associates ki jai. Jai Nityal Pravishra Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityal Pravishra Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Nityal Pravishra Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Jai Śrīla Baladevi Bhushan Prabhu ki jai. Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Ṭhākura ki jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ṭhākura ki jai. Śrīla Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Dasagunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Śrīla Haridas Ṭhākura ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Tham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Bharata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Pyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Chatamai Mataji, Champak Mataji, Deepika Gupta Didi, and okay, so Deepika Gupta is asking, is there a place where we can find the tunes of the songs so that we know how to sing our four? Well, last year we went through every song of Śaraṇāgati. And so there's a YouTube video on my YouTube channel with a full video for each song. And in that video, I should have mentioned this earlier on. I mentioned you could use ChatGPT, like to find, or whatever, one of those kinds of things, Gemini, whatever. But also, I have this video, there's a video for every one of these verses, every one of these songs of Śaraṇāgati, and I go through the meaning of all the words. Sometimes I even explain the Bengali grammar, although I think I stopped doing it after a while. But and also, I sing the song, and so then you can see a melody of how to sing it. And also, actually, for these songs, for almost all of the Śaraṇāgati songs, they are in one of three meters. They are either in the Gauranga Balite Habe meter, that's called Payar, or they're in Lagu Tripadi meter, which is same like Gurudev Kripa Bindudiya or Ohe Vaishnav Thakur, Parama Karuna, so that meter. Or they are in the Nitai Parakamala meter or Sri Guru Charana Parama meter, that's called Dirga Tripadi. So mainly 3 meters. And so if you know how to sing any of those songs, if you know how to sing Nitai Parakamala, if you know how to sing Gurudev Kripa Bindudiya, or if you know how to sing Gauranga Bulite Habe, then you can sing almost all the songs in Śaraṇāgati. You just have to know which one it is. Is it? And you can test it out. In the new edition of the Gaudiya Giti Guchra that's at the printers now, at the bottom of the page, it's written what meter it is. So that, but it's easy to figure out also. You can just try singing the melody for Gurudev Kripa Bindudiya and see if it fits the thing. And if it doesn't, then try Nitai Parakamala and see if that fits. And then yeah. Then you can sing all the songs, all of the songs. All right. I'm just going to. I didn't. So pranams to everybody here, and also let me check on YouTube and Facebook. Let me see the comments and who's there. Dandavat pranams, Vidyalala Didi, Damayanti Didi, Kishori Mohan Prabhu, Sarveshwari Mataji, Gandharvika Didi, and everybody else. I'm guessing Indira Mataji is there, and all the devotees watching in the future, like Sachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Indira Krishna Vallabha Didi, Ananda Pradayani Didi, Vrinda Didi, Anuradha Mataji, and everybody else. Dandavat pranams. Yeah, and my Deepika Didi, my playlist is. Do you know my YouTube channel? It's youtube.com and then / symbol and just write Madhu Das, and that's my YouTube channel. And on my YouTube channel, you'll find a playlist that says all the songs of Śaraṇāgati. So yeah, all right. Although I haven't gone through all the songs of Yamuna Pavavali yet. So, but all the songs of Yamuna Pavavali, every single song is in Dirgha Tripadi meter, which is the same as Nitai Padakamala. All right. All right. Is there before we end our program for today? Is there any points that anybody wants to mention? Okay. Thank you so much for joining. So there's two things that if you think it'd be helpful, then two things you can do is think of all the different blocks for singing the songs of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. It could be mental things or even time things. Just anything that would stop you, so you could just write down a list on the paper and then try to think of ways that you can unblock yourself. And for me, my main block was YouTube, as I mentioned, and then I unblocked myself by unsubscribing. So you could think of your own things that it might become more clear to you if you find when you're doing it every day, what things are, be more clear what things are blocking me from singing your songs. And then another thing is to find a time. Maybe that's another thing you could do on a piece of paper is write down all the times that you have open in the day that you could sing, all the places where you can fit in Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs. And then try to make a plan that every day at this time, at this place, or in this situation, even in my commute to work or whatever, just make a plan and then try to make a way where you do it at that time every day to make it a habit, and then keep track of it, and then you can share your progress for accountability. Right. Haribol. Dandavat pranams. Okay, just checking one last time. Okay, and I really appreciate all these comments there. I'm seeing them, and thank you so much. All right, Haribol. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri.